And the Sussexes have been touring Nigeria in recent days, with Meghan Markle keen to hammer home her claims that a DNA test showed she was 43% Nigerian.
I've been watching today Harry and Meghan out in Africa, and I could barely believe my eyes, really. It's so phony and awful.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made a splash as they touched down in Nigeria this Friday, responding to an invite from the country's top military chief. They have been stirring up headlines with their tour in Nigeria, where Meghan has been dubbed as being very rude during an interaction. Biographer Angela Levin, while speaking on GB News, expressed strong disapproval of the couple's visit, which she labeled as phony and awful. Levin was particularly taken aback by Meghan's choice of attire for a visit to Lightway Academy College. She criticized Meghan for wearing a backless dress to a quiet religious school, questioning, if you go to a school, a very quiet school that is a religious one, you don't go with a dress that has absolutely no backing to it at all. Levin didn't stop there. She also recounted an instance where Meghan seemed to lack courtesy. She was very rude because one of the teachers was talking to her and there were two girls there joining in politely. Levin remarked. She added that Meghan was more focused on getting someone to take flattering photos of her and Harry. Prince Harry didn't escape criticism either. During his visit to wounded soldiers, Levin noted that Harry was trying to emulate his mother Diana, but missed the mark. He was trying to copy his mother Diana, but didn't have the softness of his mother, she said. Before Prince Harry headed to Nigeria, he made a significant stop in London for a special event. It was a big day, celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games at St. Paul's Cathedral, an initiative very close to Harry's heart. But the visit wasn't just about celebrations. It had sparked some drama too. Royal biographer Angela Levin criticized Harry for not arranging a meeting with his father, King Charles. According to her, Buckingham Palace didn't even record such a request from Harry, which contradicts his earlier statements. Levin speculated that King Charles, having just resumed his duties after a cancer diagnosis and a busy garden party, was likely too drained to handle what could have been a tense meeting. She reasoned that since he had met with the Prime Minister, he would probably be exhausted and needed to be very cautious. She also thought if Harry were to make demands and show anger, Charles would not welcome such aggression. Interestingly, during this UK trip, Harry was flying solo. Meghan stayed back in California with their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, citing concerns about their safety, a decision underscored by ongoing tensions and the hostility towards her. They had been previously reported. While Harry attended the Invictus Games celebrations without his immediate family, he wasn't entirely alone. His late mother, Princess Diana's siblings, Earl Spencer and Lady Jane Falois, were there to support him. They've always been a part of his supportive circle, especially during public appearances that draw on his family's legacy. While the royal author criticized Meghan and Harry, their fans on social media platform X praised Meghan for her appearance and efforts during the tour. This situation highlights how public figures often face a balancing act between meeting expectations and being true to themselves. Despite facing criticism from some quarters, their engagement in cultural activities and efforts to connect with local communities have highlighted a different side to their personas. Recently, Meghan Markle celebrated her newfound connection to the country upon discovering her Nigerian roots through a genealogy test, which revealed she is 43% Nigerian. Meghan has been eager to explore this part of her heritage. The trip began with a significant event at the World Trade Organization in Abuja, where Meghan, alongside Prince Harry, was warmly welcomed. At this gathering, Meghan delivered an emotional speech expressing her deep connection to Nigeria, referring to it endearingly as "my country." Her speech highlighted not just her genetic ties, but her profound affection for the nation's people and culture. Interestingly, Meghan humorously shared how she was advised to wear more colorful attire to blend more with the vibrant local fashion, a suggestion she took to heart. True to her word, Meghan embraced local fashion by donning a striking yellow dress complemented with a striped shawl upon her arrival in Lagos, a thoughtful gift from the governor's wife. This gesture was much more than a fashion statement. It was a show of respect and a nod to the warm hospitality extended to her. Also, the couple's itinerary included a visit to Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, where they engaged in meaningful private discussions. The governor praised Harry for his eagerness to learn about Nigeria's diverse culture and its initiatives towards peace and unity, sharing his hopes that Harry would appreciate the vastness and complexity of the country. Back in Abuja, at a special reception hosted by the Chief of Defense Staff at the Defense Headquarters Officers' Mess, the couple was greeted by military families and members of a widow association. This event also celebrated the unveiling of a new rehabilitation center designed to support wounded servicemen, aligning with Harry's long-standing commitment to veteran affairs. Both Harry and Meghan were dressed elegantly for the occasion, all in coordinated linen outfits, Meghan in a chic strapless column dress and Harry in a suave cream suit, reflecting their unity and mutual support. The reception was not only a formal event but also included cultural performances that added a festive spirit to the serious undertones of their visit. One of the most touching moments came when Lance Corporal Peacemaker Azagbalam, despite his injuries, shared his aspirations to compete in the Invictus Games, underscoring the life-changing impact of the games that Harry had initiated. Meghan and Harry later toured in a digital model of the planned Invictus Center, which promises to be a haven for both physical and mental rehabilitation. The chairman of the Nigerian Diaspora Commission also made a delightful remark that drew wide smiles, celebrating Nigerian heritage and warmly calling her Princess Meghan. This statement resonated deeply, reaffirming her connection to the country. Their visit showcased their deep involvement in local traditions and genuine interactions with the people they met, illustrating their commitment to the causes they champion. From the dance floors to the heartfelt discussions and the warm receptions, every part of their visit was about building relationships and supporting community initiatives. During their stay, they weren't just accompanied by their own 4-person security team, which they paid for themselves, but also received extensive protection from the Nigerian government. This level of security, seemingly presidential in style, has sparked some debate back in England, particularly about the nature of their visit. Day Davies, a former Royal Protection Officer, expressed his disapproval to the Daily Mail. He found it paradoxical for the couple, who often emphasized their desire for privacy, to visit what is considered one of the most dangerous regions in the world. According to adversaries from places like the Foreign Office, seeing all his presidential-style security really does stick in the throat, Davies remarked. He suggested that it would have been safer and easier to bring wounded Nigerian soldiers to London rather than going to them. Davies posed a pointed question. You have to ask yourself, is it really all about the charities, or is it the Harry and Meghan show? Ken Wharf, also a former Royal Protection Officer, expressed concerns similar to those of his colleague. He pointed out what he saw as a contradiction in Prince Harry's decision to visit a high-risk area while having previously expressed concerns about the security of his family in England. Wharf recalled his own experiences traveling to Nigeria with Harry's parents when it was considered quite lawless, leading him to question why Harry would choose to go there if he prioritizes the safety of his wife and children. According to Wharf, as reported by the Daily Mail, while Harry was expected to receive considerable protection, the risks involved were still significant. As Prince Harry and Meghan Markle continue to captivate global audiences with their visit to Nigeria, has certainly left an impression, both fashionably and culturally. How do you view the balance they strive to maintain between personal values and public expectations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful discussions.